Hey Pixies! Today we're just going to do a dip with me using Bombshell dips. I used Blue Moon from them in a previous video and it was a flaky thermal dip. So I wanted to use some of their other ones to see what they're like. And this is called Naturel. And it's just like a basic nudie pink. And then this is Gem. I love their packaging. And it comes in a lightly scented floral paper. So that's Gem. I'm trying to get my bright manicures in before we go into fall. So I wanted to use Gem before we get into our fall and winter colors. I will also be using my double dip. They're very gross looking. I don't know how they got so sticky, but gel base and gel top coat. I have some cupcake liners, a nail file, and some toothpicks for cleanup as we go. Everything will be linked down below for you. I have a discount code for double dip, and after my last video, the owner of Bombshell contacted me and gave me a discount code to offer to you, so I have a discount code for them as well, which will be linked down below. So first we're going to get started with our gel base. You can do this entire manicure with dip liquids, but I will be using gel, and that is, we're going to basically do 1 to 2 dips depending on the saturation on each finger and then do an overlay with the gem color. So I'm going to take my gel base and apply it to the entire nail. Make sure you do a nice thin coat. You don't have it bulked up at the cuticle. And then I am going to pour over that color. Tap off the excess and clean up the cuticle. I didn't have tips on for 4 or 5 days. I had very short nails, and now I feel really weird having the tips on again. I feel like I can't do anything, so it's going to take me another couple of days to get used to them. I just realized that my natural nails hadn't been exposed to air or anything else in a very long time, except for about an hour or so here and there. So I just wanted to let them breathe a little bit. I took my tips off and I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'm just going to wait a few days before I apply them. But I was having fun with my shorties while I had them. I did miss my nail tips though. So I am just applying this to each of the nails, and so far I really like this powder. It's nice and smooth, and that's why I kind of wanted to use a basic powder from them to see what it was like, because I hadn't used a basic powder before, but I just wanted to see how that would perform. And as you can see, it's nice and fine. So I am going to finish that up on each of my nails, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we cured that for 30 seconds, and now I'm going to dust off, and that has hair in it for some reason. Okay, there we go. And I like the stiff nail brush. You can use it with dip liquids after it's set and gel after you cure it. Now I'm going to apply the gel base, and this time I'm going to lay my finger into it. If you've seen my other videos, you know I like to do one pour over dip and one dip where I lay my finger into the powder. And that is a very nice natural color. And I don't know where all this hair came from. Oh my goodness, that was not in the jar. This is totally, I think one of my animals must have been up here and got hair on my duster brush. Okay, let's remove the hair. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to lay my finger into the powder, and I kind of roll the cupcake liner up around so that I know I got the sides as well. This kind of reminds me of Erica from Rebel, which is probably one of their most popular colors. I like to hold my finger down usually, because if you hold it down, the liquids kind of flow down, so they don't tend to pull up at your cuticle area. I think I'm getting low on my gel base from Double Dip. I need to get some more, but I think they actually have a new gel set, so maybe I'll get that to try anyway. Okay, so lay your finger in. Tap off, and I really like this powder so far. Like I said, it's very similar in color from what I can see right now to Rebel Erica, which was the first dip I bought. I got their starter kit, and Erica was the color I picked to, I forget, I think I got the one that where you picked one color, I'm not sure. And I picked Erica, but I also chose a few other colors as well and purchased them separately. But Erica was the first color that I used because I used to paint my nails with ballet slippers. I think that's what it's called, from Essie when I painted my nails. So I really like that natural pinky color. And so I chose Erica for that. And so that was the very first dip that I ever used. This one might be a little less on the pink side. I don't know, it's been a minute since I used Erica, but I really like to use Erica for my ombres when I'm doing a glitter ombre. But this is so far, I think, pretty close to that. And it's a small business. So if you like to support small but you want a similar color to that, you may want to look into this one. Okay, so I am going to cure this for 30 seconds, and then we're going to move on to Gem, which I'm very excited about. It looks so pretty. For this one, I'm going to pour the entire thing in there because I'm going to be laying my finger into it. So I did not dust off. Let me dust off. Since this is a neutral color, I'm not concerned about any of the flakes that might get in there. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the gel base. So I am just going to clean up that cuticle area and see how they're all sticking up. Not all of them, but see how there's a bunch sticking up. I'm not worried about that because we're using gel and I can take my time cleaning up, and then what I'm going to do is first start at the sides and pat them so there's none hanging over there, and then I am going to lightly pat down all of those little pieces because we want it to be as flat as possible for when we buff and file. So make sure you get all of the little pieces, and then see how flat it is though? That is so pretty. Okay, so once you make sure, I was just double checking earlier to make sure everything was flat, and I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. This is so pretty. Okay, so to encapsulate, dust off, and instead of using clear dip powder, we're going to encapsulate in gel. And I don't like to use I don't typically use my double dip ones for that. I typically use, I'm at least gonna use the gel base from Model Ones. My gel top coat from them is acting a little funny. I think it's got contaminated or something. So I am going to apply a layer of gel base to each of the nails, cure it for 30 seconds. And then we will apply a layer of gel top coat, cure that for 60 seconds, and then do our buffing, filing, and reshaping right on top of that. If you're using dip liquids, you would have to move a little bit faster, patting everything down faster than what I did because of the set time with the base. So like I said, this can be done with dip liquids. You would just need to clean up and pat down a little bit faster, and then you would encapsulate, so you would dust off and encapsulate in clear dip powder. So you would dust off really good, apply your dip base and your clear dip powder, and then activate and do your buffing, filing, and reshaping. For gel, I don't like to do the clear dip powder. I like to do gel to encapsulate. Okay, so cure that for 30 seconds. Okay, so we cured the base, and now I'm going to use the double dip top coat because, like I said, my Model 1's top coat is gunky. Okay, so we're going to cure this for 60 seconds, and then I will buff, file, and reshape my nails. Okay, so we're done buffing, filing, and reshaping, and I am absolutely in love. Okay, I'm gonna finish up. After I buff, file, and reshape, I use an alcohol prep pad just to clean up any of the filing dust. You could also rinse your hand in water, but I would recommend not using soap. Just do a quick rinse with regular water. I am going to finish up by applying my double dip gel base to the entire nail, and I keep dipping in because I'm very low, and then I will cure it for 30 seconds. So if you go over it all in any spots, just go ahead and take your alcohol prep pad and wipe along the cuticle line before you cure it, because you do not want that to be cured into your skin. So I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. Then you want to apply your top coat, nice thin even layer. I'm angling my finger just slightly down, and we will cure that for 1 minute. I'm doing my thumbs separate because with top coat it can all run to the side if you put your whole hand in the lamp. So I like to do my top coat, hold it upside down for a few seconds so that it's self-level, cure it for 1 minute, and then I'm going to come back and do the gel base on each of these 4 fingers, curing for 30 seconds, and then my gel top coat on each of them and cure it for 1 minute. Okay, we are all cured, and I wiped my hand down a little bit, but I hope you can see that dip. It is so beautiful. That all natural color with the gem dip on top is just so pretty. I cannot wait to see this in the sunlight tomorrow and get pictures because it is so gorgeous. I really liked the dips, so if you're interested, check them out. I'm going to apply my cuticle oil, and while I do that, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. To see more content, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. The subscribing and liking the video helps get it out to other people. It helps YouTube to share it to others. If you have any questions or video suggestions, leave a comment below, or you can find me on Instagram at DippingPixie. I also have a TikTok, which is Dipping Pixie. Both will also be linked down below along with discount codes. So what do you think? Do you like this one? Have you tried Bombshell before? That's it for this one, guys, and I will see you in the next one.